I'm Stephanie Rublitz. Welcome to my channel. If you have been following this little saga, it's done. The Christmas dress is finally done. Okay, so if you have not been following along with this, this is my third kick at this dress. It was a free pattern that I downloaded from V&A Museum. It's actually still available right now. You can get it until February 19th. It is the Mary Quant Georgie dress, and it's part of a Mary Quant exhibit. So free download, and I like the pattern, but it just wasn't right for my body. So the first run I did of the dress, I actually omitted the ruffles around the neck and around the sleeve because they just weren't my style. And I also added 2 inches to the bodice, and I did a full sleeve adjustment as well. Even after adding the length to the bodice, I still felt like it was too short for me. So I went ahead and I changed the bodice to have sort of like a cummerbund waistband, and it was too long. So I asked for your guys' advice, and boy did you deliver. There was one thing that y'all agreed on, and that was that you like the color. I agree. I love me in red. After that second round, I felt like I needed a happy medium. I needed the bodice to be brought up, but not to where it was brought up before. And I also needed to take some of the bulk out of that pleated skirt. Even when I make a gathered skirt, I typically like A-line it and then gather it, just because I feel like that shape works better on me. So what did I end up doing? Well, it's a funny thing when you keep reworking a project because you end up with less fabric every time. So I did find a coordinating fabric in my stash that was the same sort of blue-based red and went really nice with it, and it was a satin finish. So now, like, it's definitely a Christmas dress. I can't wear it any other time. So I replaced the cummerbund, made it a width that was between the 2 widths that we had before. I also, in order to sort of tie that in, I made a flounce for the bottom. Now listen, I know I said that I didn't do the ruffles in the beginning because I don't care for ruffles, and now I'm adding a flounce. Don't come at me for this, because a flounce is completely different from a ruffle. Also, the ruffles were around the neck and on the sleeves, and the flounce is at the bottom, and when you're over 6 feet tall, you just get used to having to add flounces to stuff, okay? It's just part of, like, wardrobe survival when you're tall. I thought since there was a faux wrap front, I might as well faux wrap the bottom as well, and I did an A-line skirt. I put a little bit of gathering in it, and then I added a flounce in my coordinating fabric just to sort of tie in so it wasn't like this weird, like, different fabric on the waist and then nowhere else. So I put a flounce all along the bottom, and I just did like an itty bitty roll hem on the bottom of that. When I took the skirt apart, I just cut the seams out because there was so much extra fabric I didn't have to worry about it. So I did remake my pockets, put those all back in. So I do still have pockets, and I made the pockets fairly deep because I feel like in a skirt, if I do have like lipstick or something in my pocket, I want it to hang low enough that it's not gonna leave an impression in the skirt. So they are fairly deep pocket bags. So without further ado, I'm gonna go put my dress on, and y'all can see how it turned out. Alright, so there you have it. My Christmas dress is all done, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. So I'm excited to wear it to parties and family events and stuff like that. In the end, all the fabric for this, the main fabric, the coordinating fabric, the lining, were all from my stash, and they were all fabrics that I had kicking around for the better part of a decade. So the only thing that I had to buy new for this dress was the zip. That's a big old win for me as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much for coming with me on this journey of the Christmas dress and sticking it out through all of the changes that I made. I hope that you like how it turned out. Let me know in the comments if you prefer version 1, 2, or 3 of this dress. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you next week.